All right, let's go ahead and kick it off here. Welcome everyone. My name is Mario, and I'm the head of partnerships here at HL Pro Tools. I have with me the master of customer success, customer service management, and customer retention, Mr. Tim Sabir. So, for those of you who are not familiar, Tim is one of High Level's affiliate commanders or commander level affiliates. He has an extensive background in everything to do with customer success, retention, and management, and also operates Go CSM, which is probably arguably like one of the best add-ons for high level when it comes to being able to know your customers and understand, really actionable things about how to enhance your lifetime value, how to retain customers, things like that. I actually just had the distinct pleasure of being able to spend a week with Tim in Australia for SaaSpreneur Live. So that was an absolute blast. We talked a lot about different aspects of, customer service, success, retention, best practices. I know he's got a lot that he has been working on for these calls. So a really cool thing we've been doing is going through the different pillars of customer service management. So I know, one of the things like we covered 2 weeks ago was tracking login activity and why that's so important. So this week, without further ado, I will hand it over to you, Tim. And we've got quite a few people watching on Facebook. So I will be keeping track of those comments and reactions, and I'll feed you any information as they go.
Yeah, thank you so much, brother, for the intro. And one thing to mention before we start, what I like about your sessions, it's you allow me, because CSM practices, customer success practices, and all these stuff is pretty deep. And I always say that if you are in SaaS business, how much you care about automation and all that stuff, you should learn how to keep your customers, retention. And it's not one-time action, it's a lot. So I get invited to be speaking or give workshops in a lot of events and community leaders like you. But guess what? They tell me, you have all the time, you have an hour. And I'm kind of like, okay, how can I condense all this information in an hour versus this coaching program you designed, which is big shout out to you. And I don't know how you do it. You definitely have two of you. Uh, and but allows me to every week relaxedly cover one pillar. I have them in 5 pillars. So last few weeks, we covered the product adoption, login activity, how to make them more to log into your software, how to make them more adopting your features, and that it's not easy for them to leave you. So today we're gonna cover something so classic, but a lot of people they do it wrong. Feedback, collect feedback, 5-star reviews, feedback collection, or NPS, and all that stuff. And they get confused between practicing it as a digital marketing agency where, hey, how's your experience with us? Give us 5-star review, or like 1 to 5. 5 means happy, request testimonial or referral from them. And one is bad. I don't know what they do from it. But from my observation, correct me if I'm wrong, Mario, all what I see people in our industry, they are confused. They either would go with a digital marketing style on collecting feedback or reviews or to hear their customers, or they go NPS style, like normal software style from 1 to 10 NPS, and they don't know what to do with it, right? They just don't know because they don't know mm, the main psychology or the main idea of NPS scoring and how you deal with it. So today, uh, I'm gonna discuss what I learned so far from our model of SaaS, because we are SaaS and not SaaS. We are a marketing agency. We turn into SaaS with that customer, not in our age, with the age of that customer. So it's funny. Sometimes we, for example, me as a 8 years old SaaS company, when we get a client in the first 3 months, we are a digital marketing agency. They even send us like, hey, can you design this brochure? Yes, yes, yes. We kind of like you eat the shit in the beginning until we turn them to SaaS. So in our model, we will be always starting at, again, in my model, there are a lot of smart people out there. They do great stuff. But the majority, whatever we are coaching here, you will start as a marketing agency services, and then you turn them, like in the beginning will be some work, some done for you work. This is what I mean. And then you turn them to a secured um, SaaS customers. Okay.
So
So
what is, really quick, Tim, what is NPS?
net promoter score. Net promoter score. Like even high level, while you are asking, let me take my charger. I still didn't unpack. Okay. So have you guys seen when you use high level or Asana or any software, there will be a bar underneath. How do you recommend Asana for friends and family, for example, from 1 to 8?
Yeah,
High level
absolutely.
uses, yeah, high level uses that too. So that's that's for vertical and pure SaaS companies. I agree. I love it. Everybody should use it, or everybody's using it. Those SaaS company owners, they are not in this session. But us, Mario, we are a hybrid company, hybrid companies. We are not in that huge. I get I get crazy. I see like people, high level agencies, they have 20 to 30 customers, and they are investing in those kind of tools, NPS. So why? You literally can't call them to collect their feedback. So MPS is different for vertical SaaS companies, pure SaaS companies, and we are a hybrid. And today I'm gonna show you how I found out how we can be hybrid in in our MPS practices and collecting these reviews as well. If you don't mind, let me share my screen.
Yeah, please do.
As I said, everybody, me and Mario, we just landed last night. I am not unpacked yet. uh,
My suitcases are still in the car, so
I,
yeah, I got it.
so I hope you guys gonna excuse us with preparation for this call, presentation and graphic wise, but hopefully we're gonna do a good job. Um, Let me just share my presentation to the other screen. The beauty of these Mario's coaching calls, as I mentioned, it's gonna be weekly, and we're gonna cover one practice a week. So if you come attend this 2 months, at least my sessions, you will master the CSM department, or you know how to build the CSM department better than a lot of agencies out there. Trust me. I assume you guys can see my
Yep,
presentations.
you're good.
Beautiful. Okay. So this is pillar two. We covered it. This is pillar two. Pillar two, satisfaction level and happiness level. Okay. Providing your customers with a smooth onboarding experience, getting clear expectation, and overall, of course, like their feedback. Your goal is to have their feedback to be high about you, right? And that comes from their experience. So we don't want to talk about that. All that experience, all these practices you do makes them getting the value of your system and features and tools, and then of course getting addicted to your tool and dependent on it. And when you ask them, they say, I love it. They don't love it, right? But they love the value they're getting. Okay. And this comes with customer happiness check, company health check, right? Manually and systemized. And we're gonna talk about this. There are some facts here, Mario. I would like to talk with your friends about it. This entire MPS or feedback collection, it's not one-time thing. Okay, it's not to have a workflow and sending it to them, and this is what they got. Why? Because our relationship with our users, it changes. They love you in the beginning. 1 month later, things is not working. They hate you. Okay, they get back to you and you fix it. They love you, and then they, it's so not. Just take it this way. It's not one time thing. Don't say yes when a customer comes. 2 weeks later, we collect the review. Okay, are they canceling to another 2 weeks later? No, they stay with us a year. Okay, what about, like, imagine you are dating a woman or your wife. You never asked, how do you feel? How do you like me? Right? One time you did it in the first date. It just doesn't make sense. If you building a relationship, you should always hear them. You should build a channel that you are always closely hearing them and you are acting against that. And I see a lot of people, they have so many cool features and tools, they collect feedbacks, they don't do anything with it. You're just telling
Yeah.
people you don't care. If they say yes, I love 5 star, or no, you don't do anything, right? So take actions against each feedback, right? Show some love. Another thing also I would like, it's a mental, guys. Forget about all the tools, Mario, AI, and Tim gonna show us these tools. It's a mental thing. It's a relationship. So if it's a relationship, it's a two-way thing. Okay. It's not about them, it's about you as well. It's not only them liking you, it's you liking them as well. Okay. So you're gonna tell me, Tim, how you want me to love 500 customers I'm willing to have. Okay. You don't need to love them. You don't need to like them. You need to like their bank accounts. So in our case, who's our ideal customers? I know we have client avatars and this and that, but most importantly, we love those customers who can pay us and afford our payments without like to sound to them so big deal, like seamlessly to pay us our fees. Okay, so you should have your own way to collect data, health statuses for those companies. So for example, if you have 100 companies and 70 of them they are broke, struggling with making money, trust me, you're gonna have a huge wave of cancellation soon, and that will hurt you. Why? Because your mindset will tell you, I have 100 customers, I'm getting this much. And you're going to hire, build, spend, Australia, come and go, all that stuff. It depends on that. You don't know they are paying you. And payment is money, payment is budget. So when they cut their budget, like those broken startups, that's why I said never work startup, never work with broken companies. Why? Because the amount of effort and work you put to them, it's the same if you just work. So you need to have your own way of collecting data from them, you love them or not. So it's a two-way thing. And also another thing, facts. 5-star reviews is a time-sensitive request.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna cover this very quick and then we go to practical actions and then we're gonna open the stage for Q&As. Okay. What I mean with that. Uh Giving feedback, it's if you want to like happy feedback, right? Trust me, even if you want a bad feedback, you can collect bad feedback asking the feedback at the wrong time. And collecting nice feedbacks, ask it at the right time. I will give you guys a live example for this. We had this 5-star review request, smart request for a furniture store. We, as an agency, we provide that feature to all our sub accounts and customers. We start seeing, we promised that we're gonna fix your reviews, and eventually we hurted them. Why? Everybody was giving bad feedback, and we read the feedbacks. It's true. The furniture was delayed. Today they just installed the furniture and they made a damage on my wall and all that stuff. This was right around COVID or after COVID. Furniture stores start making a lot of money. And then me and the furniture, gladly that he was my friend, we start reading the reviews. Honestly, none of the, like 99% of the reviews, the bad reviews, the body of the reviews, nothing to do with the store. The shipment was delayed from Ashley, not from the store.
Mm-hmm.
Wall was damaged from the delivery team, not the store. The store did great job. Guess what? We did a pipeline, furniture placed, furniture shipped, furniture whatever, furniture out for delivery, furniture delivered, request a review. So we used to ask for review after the furniture delivered. Of course, they have bad experience. They waited, the excitement of the purchase is gone, the wall and whatever. And then I kind of like reviewed myself. I said, wait. When you go to a dentist or a bank, right? They don't request review from you after you are rich. They tell you, how was your experience today with us? Right? When you go to a dentist or any something, they don't wait for you to get the result. I was like mentally asking for the review after the result. We just changed the workflow to start asking the review same day they made the purchase. You know, like how furniture stores in US, the furniture stores are drop shipping business all offline. So you go, husband and wife, they go, they like this bed, and they say we want it. They say okay, come to the front desk. They finance it. They take the money. They go to the system, to the supplier, to the manufacturer, Ashley or whatever's the brand, ship it to this people's house. So that's only a showroom. Okay. So when they purchase that husband and wife or that couple, when they purchase that piece, they are so happy. This is going to be beautiful and whatever. They have so much nice experience with this sales rep. So that's the right time to request for review. Don't wait until that purchase hormone purchase is gone and they are at home waiting and all that stuff. The thing gonna plus the furniture gonna come in boxes. Is not as beautiful there. So once we change the time to ask at the same day of that making decision, we start seeing nothing but 5-star reviews, and that was like my. I start applying that for every business and even for my own agency. And I will show you how you do this at that time. Plus, but again, you're gonna tell me, Hoytum, you just said it's not one time thing. Okay, I will show you how to do it ongoingly and always. Okay, are we ready? Can you tell
Yeah,
your
let's do
Facebook
it.
friends if they are ready, let them type number 7 or something. Ah, I have some people here. Okay, great. Lior, I like your style, man. I used to have a beard like you, so don't fix don't flex with that beard. Okay, our widget and MPS. That what I came to it as a result. Uh, of course, like star or happy face doesn't matter. Uh, of course, this is some kind of classic. If if they say 5-star or 4-star, always don't leave it alone. Acknowledge it, but always ask for referral or ask for a video or a Google review. Never ignore it. And if it's one, two, three, again, acknowledge it and fix it. Of course, in GoCSM, we have a software, like we have conditional automations. So one, two, three, you will receive a warning. You or the admins to fix the issue. Four or five, they will receive whatever you put here, a review request, or if you want to, excuse me, do the video ask, they can send you videos. But most importantly, when to ask and who to ask and how to ask. Okay. So, uh, what we did, we made it manual. I said, okay, I kind of just freak out from automations. Like, I think that's not gonna work for everyone. And me having so much insecurities between me and my clients, I just don't like to hear bad reviews. So, okay, so in the beginning, I like to have a manual way of turning on the review request to customers. Okay. So after you design this, we come to the sub account and then I know which one is it, or like the CSM director, we turn it on. Okay. This was for years. We've been doing it. And once you turn it on, the widget, I will show you the widget from another account, shows to them how's your experience, basically shows to them this is the widget. This is the setting. You put the settings here. Overall, how satisfied are you with, for example, your company name, your media shield, your Mario CRM, single SaaS, okay, and submit. But this comes here, like next to the screen in a small widget. But it doesn't come one time and appear. It comes on monthly basis. Okay, so one time, once they submit, it's not going to be annoying all the time. No, I hate those widgets and don't do it. That gives a lot of bad experience to your customers.
So do you recommend doing it on a monthly basis? Is that kind of the frequency that makes the most sense? Like that was
Yes.
actually one of the questions that was being asked on Facebook is how often people should request feedback and like how quickly do you need to respond if you get a 5-star feedback or a 1-star feedback? Like, is there a difference? So those are two questions that we got on Facebook.
Okay, let me answer the two and then the one. How quickly, as quickly you be, as great business owner you are. And we have automations, just pay attention to those alerts. So I put certain emojis. So whenever it's feedback, I know it's a feedback message. I get like when they submit this, me, Sarah, everybody in the team, we receive it and we take action against it. As quick you take action, trust me. It's so impressive. Impressive. Imagine they submit this and next time they look at their phone, you have called or you have texted. It's just so impressive. So be as quick as possible. And with high level, we have automations and GoCSM is a high level account. Okay. Number one question is how often? Again, how I said here, it's not a one-time thing, right? it's it is not one time thing. Okay, it's how many time thing. So I put it this way. We charge people on monthly basis. So I see my customers every month when they pay as a brand new customer, as a brand new refreshment and new relationship page or phase. So how are you feeling this month with us? Okay, we of course I'm not gonna say this, but while we are charging them monthly, I think monthly is beautiful, but make it so light. I hate those big surveys. Personally, I assume every business owner, my customers, they are like me, lazy, ADHD, busy, and hate to read. I take my behaviors as avatar. So me receiving a huge survey, how many customers you have, like just keep it simple, 1 to 5, from 1 to 5, how you're like 5-star reviews or happy faces is a little bit easier for the eye to detect. We tested all of them, brother. We saw stars and 1 to 5, and the happy faces is the easiest one. Like that, extremely. One time we had this thing, agree, disagree, like extremely agree, extremely disagree. Do you know what I'm talking about? That things like has words. And then one time we were freaking out, like the feedback was so bad because Anyways, and then we go and we call. They say, no, no, I didn't mean that. I was selecting. So it's just so hard to read. That's not for us. That's for companies, government agencies. I don't know. I don't want to give examples. For us, keep it simple. The business owners are lazy. So once a month is perfect. Again, you can select it. But after we uh after we like we used to do it on monthly basis and manually, but now what we do, again, you remember this point? It's a time sensitive thing.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Absolutely.
so now what we have is when the customer is thriving or happy, right? Health wise, turn on the feedback button for them. So everything is automatic. So when the customer is already logging in more, and because it doesn't make sense to turn on the feedback button if they are not logging in.
Right.
If they are logging, them any like them and their users, like the main admin and their users, and if they are starting spending time on your products, on your features, okay, start asking that review from them. So once we did that, everything is more automatic, and of course we can review it. You can review the uh, great app will continue using single SaaS. For example, this is demo. You can read them and you can automatically uh, create actions against them. And of course, in pipelines, we have them as where is pipeline? Pipelines here. We have them in pipelines. And if you guys know the power of pipelines and automations in high level, you can do everything with it. Not happy, they receive certain actions, moderate, and whatever. So this also gives us indicators for at-risk customers. Why? Because you need, so for example, product adoption, you need to know who is at risk, who is not, right? And who at risk customers is not only one thing. Not happy customers, don't worry, don't freak out. Maybe they are not happy this month, but they are dependent and rooted to your system and they use it a lot and they log in a lot, but they are not happy this month. Okay. But if they are not logging in, not using much features, maybe one or two, and they submitted the feedback that they are not happy, this is at risk. And they haven't spent more than 3,000 with you, maybe, or three cycles of subscriptions. You can track that as well with GoCSM. This is at risk. Definitely take actions against them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess, one of my questions, Tim, would be like, um, what when a customer's unhappy, right?
Mhm.
And you've identified via NPS score that they're unhappy, like how do you handle that style of situation? Like, do you call the customer? Do you text the customer? Like, what would you recommend people do when they receive negative feedback? Because I think one of the biggest challenges that SaaS business owners face is that when they get negative feedback, they just don't know what to do. And like, so they can track all this with GoCSM. They can get the positive feedback. That's easy. Ask for a testimonial, ask for a review, things like that. But what happens when someone gets negative feedback? How do you recommend they proceed?
Great, great question. Okay. Before we answer that, do you remember maybe me and you, it was our first workshop? We talked, decide on your touch level. Okay.
Yes.
The thing is, they don't put playbooks or rules for themselves, even if it's one man show business. Put rule and respect your rules. So we said your CSM levels or touch levels should be decided day one. You want to be high touch, low touch, tech touch. Okay. And that applies to everything. You cannot be uh, high touch when they want to implement a feature, but when they say, I'm not happy, you send them a text message. We acknowledge, I'm so sorry, we will, whatever, right? Or vice versa. You cannot be tech touch when they say, we want to use this website builder and you send them automatically AI with an article, but when they say, I'm not happy, I'm about to cancel, you call them, hey, this is Tim with Media. Oh, why you cancel? It's just decide your touch level and respect it in that. This is touch level. I'm not saying in cancellation or a bad review or whatever. When you decide your touch level, that applies to everything. And how to decide on it: high touch, low touch, tech touch. There's a book called Customer Success. I highly recommend everybody to read it. But again, when you read these books and whatever, they all talk about the vertical SaaS companies, huge SaaS companies, or people talk about digital marketing agencies. So that's why I came with Go and Practices. This is the best practice for us reading and attending all these seminars, investing in all these coaching programs. So high touch, low touch, tech touch. How to decide it? Simply, I'm going to give it to you based on human relationship values and principles. What was your touch level before you close them or sign them up? I hate when people they go to stores, they go presentations or so many Zoom calls, and once the customer sign up, here's our widget if you need anything, and here's our help articles. You are not going to see me, and I'm gonna be one of your dream people to see again. Wow. Why, when you want me to sign me up, you worked so hard, you answered my calls and whatever. Once I'm your customer, I am, in that low touch level. So, rule of thumb is this: whatever is your touch level, when you want like demo calls, Zoom, keep your CSM touch levels the same thing. Why? And surprisingly, in the summit or in the Sasspreneur event, a guy, advanced company. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to jump into Zoom calls with every customer. I said, do you do it with new customer? He said, yeah. I said, why? Because I want to close them. I said, see, this mentality you have. Your current customers are also a customer. If you close them, they will pay next month. If
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
don't, they will cancel. It's a hormonal, like that, other, like I don't know, dopamine or whatever is the hormone name. We feel we close the new customer, but our old customer that just, oh my God, I know him. It's just boring relationship for us. Just like when a man, cousin of a man, they like to date new women all the time, right? It's just like a numbers game. This is bad habit. So decide on your touch level. And I rule of thumb is like in the beginning, so that's why I decide if it's a high touch level, you go to people's stores and presentations for $500 a month. This is very bad model. It's not scalable. So decide on your touch level, and that applies to all your areas. See high level, what they do. In fact, high levels touch level increases after you sign up.
That's
They
one of the
don't
best things about high level, I think, is
exactly.
that, and that's why. So I've been a high level customer for almost, I guess, 7.5 years.
Yeah.
And the reason why I stay paying $500 a month, and I have since the beginning, since they released that plan, is because I feel like I have Sean Clark's phone number, right? Like he's so real, and so are Robin and Varun and Wesley and everybody else in the high level
Mhm.
team. They're so engaged with their customers that they make you want to stay even if the software is not performing perfectly, simply because like that touch level, it increases. Like you start off with when you see a Facebook ad, right?
Mhm.
And you click on the Facebook ad and you fill out your details, and you might get a text message or two, and then maybe a phone call. But I get a call from high levels customer success team every month like clockwork, asking me
Mhm.
how am I doing, how's my product, the mobile app team, right, for setting up a mobile app
Mhm.
for the communities. It's a $79 a month product. And
Imagine.
I get a call from them every single day reminding me to set up my product. Like it's crazy, like high levels. And I totally agree with you that one of the things that makes such a huge difference is that you can always go up, you can never go down,
Yeah,
right?
go up even better.
Yeah, you never want to start at, and I think I totally agree with you in that nothing's more frustrating than when you go to buy a car and they roll out the red carpet for you
I
and you get to
swear.
see every model and all of these different things. And then the moment you buy the car, it's like, hey, I have a question how this works. And they're like, Google it.
That menu book, we gave you that book, contact order, they give you that 800. See how you feel as a car buyer. Does it feel good? It doesn't. So why you want to be that person to your own customers? High level is my best example when I give this. I personally, I don't know how old, whatever, but also I was in the early stages. I was given the demo by Robin himself, like telling me, well, we're all in the digital marketing. I said, this is great, right? So it was all vision, honestly, nothing in real life. And even if you remember, if you are that old, when they announced the SaaS Pro plan, the 500, a lot of
Mhm.
us started paying, and while the software was still coming soon, why we
Yep.
believed in, we invested in them. And guess what? When you are a prospect, you don't see all these stuff. Once you are a customer, you see more. See what they did, like what they are doing. They are in Australia for Australian customers. They teaching them all that stuff. They taking us. We sharing our experience. Imagine you hanging out with the founders. You hanging out with the subject matter experts, with the industry leaders in the same room for 2 3 days. And the amount they spend is not like, I don't know if they make money from these events or not. It's crazy. Why? Just to create that touch level and bring you the success. My mindset before, I would say, if I'm them, I would say, or if that was my company, oh, why I would do this for, let's say, that customer, this customer, they've been 2 years, they will never cancel. Why would I do this? It's just that mindset, right? Without knowing, if I keep doing this, they will build a relationship. See, like, it's just same mentality with husband and wife, or couples. Like, after that relationship is built, wife may find or see uh richer guys, better looking. She won't consider even. Every day I get, I'm sure you too, Mario, you hear about systems and forum builders and automations other than high level. We built a relationship, or they built a relationship with us. We don't consider even changing. It
Yeah.
could be better solutions out there, cheaper, whatever. But no, no, not coming to our minds. Same thing you can apply it to your customers. Sometimes after I applied this, I joke with my customers. I go like, "Do you want to cancel Media Shield?" Media Shield is my white labeled SaaS or high level. They say there's no way, and like I always and the guy points to his own assistant, just giving her hard time. If I fire her, I'm not gonna cancel. It's just like as a joke. But imagine how it feels. I said, cancel, okay, if you want to say cancel. So how to bring everybody to that level is honestly with building relationship. But again, how to build everybody of you guys, like whoever is hearing, we can build relationship one on one, one to two, one to three, one to many. You cannot unless you have systems in place. So again, going back to that question, negative review, what should I do? Okay. Well, do everything. It's a bad thing, but again, it's confusing. You cannot go with every negative review and do something you are not to. Set your customer touch level and just negative review, reach out. What is the reach out? Call, text message, email, or no call. Maybe call is not in your touch level. That's it. Maximize it. But
Yeah,
before,
I think that, one of the really important things that you touched on is making sure that you are always meeting or exceeding that touch level and never and reaching out good, bad, and ugly, right? If you get a great review, reach out to the customer. If you get a medium review, because they took that time, right, to leave that review. They took that time, that 30 seconds out of their day to click the
mm,
button and
mm,
leave the feedback. You should always reach out to them and just say, hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I think that one of the things that really makes such a huge difference, and this is one of the things that when I ran my digital marketing agency for quite some time, that made us so successful, and we had like a 96% retention rate. And the reason we had such a high retention rate, even through COVID, is because we had an office and we had all of our staff in the office. You could take remote days, but we invited our customers to the office every month for a
mm.
review. And they could pick up the phone, they could call our office number and speak to any one of our office staff. And it really felt like it was so humanizing to our, and the feedback I got from our customers was that they wanted to work with us because they felt like we were real people
Hmm.
versus just people on Zoom. And this was right during the time when Zoom was becoming so prevalent. And
Hmm.
I think that this, ties directly back into what High Level does with these SaaSpreneur live events and the summit and everything. They don't have, you're right, they don't have to spend this much money. They don't have to have these events, and they don't have to um they don't have to invest this time. Sean and Varun and Robin, I'm sure they'd love to spend time with their families instead of
Oh yeah.
traveling
Hmm.
all over the world, 365 days a year. But when you invest that time in your customers and that energy in your customers, you see that result, and that you can quantify that result using the NPS and feedback surveys that you're talking about in GoCSM, right? So it kind of all ties together that way. You'll see a marked improvement in your CSAT scores and NPS scores if you simply pick up the phone and call your customer every once in a while and say, "How are you doing? How's it going? Do you have any feedback?" Right? And that's what generate like I love talking to customers. That's my job is talking to affiliates and customers at Pro Tools. And Matt has specific people in our company at Pro Tools that's all they do. Like Nikki Williams and Ryan Williams and Orion Daly and all these people, like all they do is contact customers to check in and say, "Hey, how are you doing?"
Okay,
And
you
it's
want
such a huge asset.
my honest feedback about this comment, Mario. I know you, Matt. The thing is, we are different. You have such a personality, super, like you are always out there. I see your feedback, sorry, Facebook post and stuff. The thing is, like, that's Mario. Me, Tim, I don't want to call myself introvert, but I am always, I don't know how to explain it. I always have scarce is like something is scarce, it's an inconfidence thing. If I call the customer, maybe he's not happy. Or, anyways, I don't call. I procrastinate. Plus, it's not scalable for me. I mean, it's scalable. So if I call a customer every day, so in 3 months, I will finish how many? 90 customers. It's amazing. Imagine if I keep doing this, right? So, but a lot of us don't have the personality that Williams has, Matt Decino, or Mario has, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. I'm talking about like everyone. So, the power if you have a personality like like Mario or the other guys, well, trust me, use it. People will love you. If you don't be like me for years. I did the mistake. Oh, I'm not like Mario. I'm not like a person to call and whatever to catch them at the right time. And I didn't put any MPS system in the place and didn't hear them. And I used to collect reviews after the cancellation. Hi, this is Tim. Uh, I know you canceled. Don't worry, I'm not trying to get you back. Can I hear why you canceled? Some of them okay. Why? It's too late.
Yeah.
Just too late. So don't be like that. Either you risk it with your personality type and how action taker you are to call them and stuff, or like Tim to not do it, put some systems in place. Systems will show you and take actions. And even those actions can be automated with high level. Happy, send them whatever you want. Unhappy, send yourself something, call them. And of course, unhappy will be way less than the happy uh, reviews. And accept the fact you send 100 requests, 20% will answer, and 20% is gonna be like always 20 to 30 to 50. A lot of them they're gonna give you good feedbacks. This is the nature of people. Okay. So do something with it. Anyways, I'm done with this. If anybody has any question on how to automate your NPS scores, NPS system or feedback collection system via GoCSM, let me know. If not, we can wrap it under an hour today.
What's up, Leor? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? This was super helpful. So thanks for the ping there. And
Yeah,
I'm definitely
absolutely.
looking into the Go CSM, CMS,
Go
Go
CS.
CSM.
I'm not
See,
CSM.
same,
Yeah, I'm
same,
working on my
same, same.
letters. um, yeah, once I'm getting back to the more hardcore SaaS, that's gonna be one of my first add-ons. I'm back in the building stage because I didn't have that in place when I started. Like really, everything you talked about was exactly the things that happened. The clients were super happy when I started onboarding them, and then the problem started. I didn't get a review in time. I had
Yep.
me like not asking for feedback in time and like being afraid every time I call them, it means that they're gonna tell me they're not happy and they're gonna cancel. I'm the same, like I exactly like that.
Okay,
Um,
you relate with
yeah,
me? Okay,
yes,
we
yes,
share the same
100%.
personality.
Yeah, I'm like if they message me and I don't see the message, I'm like this is them being like I'm canceling. But then they're like just it's a really good message, so I'm like my brain always goes to anxiety. So
I
having a
swear.
system to like automate
Mhm.
that is definitely something I need, and it's
And
super helpful.
trust me, Leor, they will be more honest when they see it's a system. A
Yeah,
lot of them, they don't be that
they don't
blunt
want to
with
hurt
you.
your
They say,
feelings. They
they don't
yeah,
have, but then what they do gypsy stuff to cancel you, right? To move out,
yeah,
like whatever. If you put a system together, that will bring like a transparency to the relationship, and then you will read it and hear it, and then
like
yeah,
yeah. Well, yeah, I've tried to implement some things on my own, but it's definitely I really like how it looks, and I need to get once I get more back to acquiring new clients, which right now I'm not there.
yeah.
Um, but I really like the timing thing because I'm offering a different service right now that is not SaaS, but asking them for feedback right after
Oh,
is
you can
something I'm gonna
automate
start
it with
doing.
GoCSM. So if they spend time on
Yeah.
that page, even if it's a custom page, let's say HL Pro Tools page, or if it's an appointment for that service, once that appointment's done, you say yes, they enrolled, boom, it requests feedback from them. So watch our other episodes, me and Mario's as well. I highly recommend, or not, from my experience, I saw way more success on building smooth and convenient CSM department for those people who appreciated it when they're starting out, they build it versus we have companies with big numbers and they were always focused on sales and now they want to build their CSM department. It's just so
Yeah.
hard to fire actions because we're talking thousands of users. Okay?
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
Yeah.
for me, it's like right before the launch. This like last phase of building is building a CSM system. Then I
Yeah.
can
yeah.
launch and start selling. That's like how I plan it.
Okay. Do you want
It's
me to give
like
you feedback here? I don't know what is
yes,
your situation, but in designing funnels, if you know I think Dan Kennedy always talked about it. Backward planning. When you
yeah,
do VSL, for example, imagine doing a VSL. Hey guys, my name is Tim or Leor. Do this, click below. You will find one, two, three, and you record this video. And then you go to design this next step, one, two, three. And guess what? Two is not going to be possible. Oh, I need to change my video. Hey guys, this is
I'm
step
doing
one
that
or
right
two.
now. Yeah,
No, bad. So what they
yeah,
always teach is backward planning.
yeah,
So first thing your customers see, design it the last. Last thing your customers see or interact with, design it first.
yeah.
Okay. So this way, when you do that video, you know what you're talking about. You already did it. Okay.
Hmm.
So apply the same backward planning and designing to your own SaaS agency, whatever you're building, and design. So no, that's like
Yeah.
just don't.
I've had that exact issue with some things I'm built, and now I'm doing the exact opposites of like
Right?
mapping
Yeah,
everything out, build the last thing. I'm like, oh wow! Even yesterday, I've built some automation. Actually, I've skipped some the automation that should have been built already because of the next part. So I
exactly.
know it, but implementing, that's where the like knowing
Exactly.
is easy, implementing is
Backward
the
planning
real
is a
challenge.
is a very important thing in engineering. It's
Yeah,
engineering. You design
yeah,
something. Thank
yeah.
you
I
so much
appreciate
for
that.
the
That's a good
feedback.
reminder. Thank you for that.
I appreciate you. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. And thank you, Tim, as always, for your expert advice, brother. Tune in next Thursday for our next pillar of customer success and service management.
Yes.
So I look forward to chatting with you, Tim. And for everyone else, I will see you tomorrow on our AI Happenings call.